Good morning,
Nikki
107
Crosby.
listeners. I'm feeling at home. Remember, this was my home for a while.
Yes.
Love my 107 listeners. So good morning. So glad to be here. Misha, so long we said we got to do this.
Yeah, we had a good... It's nice that we have the opportunity to get together, and even more importantly, that we have this loophole to celebrate you.
I
you know,
feel
put you
great.
in the spotlight. You
I
know,
feel
you've done
great.
so much. And how does it feel to now be able to share with others, to teach, to be in a classroom, to share your craft with others in that aspect?
I think I got bitten by the bug.
Yeah.
I've been teaching in terms of drama and always trying to uplift our kids. I do a lot of motivational speaking, which I absolutely love.
Yes.
And so it's just like an extension of all of that.
Yes.
And Paul Richards invited me to teach a class at CETAL College. And I went, and oh
Nice.
my God, I got bitten. The kids were like sponges, just kind of wanted to learn everything they could from me. And I just wanted to share all this information. And
Yes.
so I think it's something that I'll definitely look into.
So you started with comedy. How did you get your start in that?
I always go back to this story. It was simple. Your mom was actually a big part of my career.
Yeah.
She held a competition at Roxanne, at in those days, upper level. And I remember there going with my girlfriends, and every week they would look for a winner. You'd go up, tell a joke, and every week it was the guys. It was no woman doing comedy in those days, and there was no Rachel Price, no Donna Haddad, no nothing, no Nikki.
Yes.
So I said, hey, these fellas were real boring, boy. And at night, I don't drink, but at night I took 2 sips of my friend Suzanne's rum and coke, just to get build up a
So
little
it's
courage.
thanks to Suzanne's rum and coke.
Yeah. And they're like, where you going? And before you knew it, I was on stage. Errol Fabian was the host.
Yes.
And it was the first ever competition.
Wow.
And I eventually won the competition. It was
Yes.
a trip to New York. I went to New York, and when I came back, Frank Martino called me. He was having the first ever Caribbean Comedy Festival.
Yes.
And he says, you think you want to try it? I'm giving you 7 minutes. I said, no problem. I am that. And then there was a comedian from Grenada. Now,
Right.
firstly, my first performance was in front of the National Stadium. The papers quoted it at 17,000 people. That was my Nikki first performance ever. From the little thing I do in upper level till, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands.
17,000.
17,000.
Wow.
And I remember talking to myself backstage. They say, you know what, Nikki, nobody knew you. So if you fall down flat, you could just go home. Nobody but your family knew you was there. But I just had this burning desire that I had to do this. And while waiting backstage and seeing all these people flocking, you know, I mean, if you've ever been to a big show in the stadium, you just see these
Yes.
flockers just come in. And there was a guy from Grenada that came to perform, and he got booed. They booed him off the stage. And I next. Pressure. But I went in there, kicked butt for 7 minutes, and the rest is history. That's how I
But you
started.
didn't just stay with comedy. So what led you into saying, you know what, I could do more.
Yeah.
Let's do this now.
I
Let's
don't know.
try.
I've
Yeah.
done so much, and I just keep always pushing myself.
Right.
I don't know what it is. I think I get bored when I achieve something. Okay, did that. Now what?
Yeah.
That's always been kind of me. Like going back to Costat to do a degree in psychology. You know, I saw the gate was open. I say, hey, the gate open. Let me see if I have anything. And that's why I went back to school. It was very scary being
Right.
in my 40s and going back to school with 17 and 18-year-olds. It was very intimidating.
Yes.
But got into the hang of it no time. Everybody was Nikki in the group because I was pushing them to act, and instead of boring presentations, we would do theater, and you know. So it was an exciting time for me. So I kind of always push. So then when I finished psychology, I was like, okay, now what? What can I do with that knowledge that I just acquired? And I realized I kind of wanted to be a child psychologist, but then realized that I'm too emotional fit. You know, in child psychology, you have to be able to keep the distance. I would want to bring home all the children. I'd want to hug up everybody. My husband will leave me because I have 30 people children home.
Yes.
So I always trying to find out where can I share this love and talent that I have for Trinidad and Tobago and our kids.
Yeah. And, you know, the love that you have for children, it pours over into your work as well. Because you're also doing Nikki Land.
Yes.
Which was the very first children's event for Carnival
Yeah,
ever.
all inclusive. Yeah.
All inclusive.
It's really big. It's a big, and the reason I started Nikki Land again, I always thought that Trinidad Carnival so sexual. And,
Yeah.
it's a topic of conversation now. I saw it 12 years ago. It's 12 years now I'm doing Nikki Land. All these songs are very suggestive. The dances, the costume, Carnival is very sexual. And I just thought that our children should be able to appreciate the culture, yet be at the children's level, be innocence about it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of when I kind of wanted to add all these great things for them to experience it. All the entertainers come for free. I can't pay. You think I could pay Bungie, Fian, Blacks, Voice, Patrice, Farmer Nappy, all of them come. And why I tell them they need to do this is because I want kids to come and see themselves on stage.
Yes.
I want a young Bungie or a young Fian to see, wow, I could do this. I want to be like Uncle Bungie. Oh my God, I love Auntie Nyla. I want to be like Nyla Blackman. I want to write my own songs. We have to do things to inspire our kids, especially what I went through. What I did recently, the trauma I went through recently, it's really easy to pick up and leave. I'm sorry, every time I start to talk about it, I get a little emotional. But it's really easy to pick up and leave this country. So many people are. And it's not because you can't blame them.
Yeah.
I can't blame a person who doesn't feel comfortable and safe in this country.
Right.
And I always say you have to think about what we leave in for your children and your children's children.
Yes.
And I'm sure many people are not happy with the way Trinidad and Tobago is. And I was very tempted. I'm not saying this a show for be big-headed, but my husband is a U.S. citizen.
Yes.
That's how easy it is.
Yes.
It's real easy to just walk in the embassy, process my papers, and I'm out of here, right? And I won't lie to Trinidad and Tobago. I was at that point. After the second trauma, I was at that point.
But what made you decide to stay here in TNT?
The youth. Our kids, because we cannot be talking about how bad Trinidad and Tobago is and just saying, well, put up your hands and say, that is it, that is where we is. No. Right. No. We all have to make a conscious effort. There's a generation that's gone already.
Yeah.
Literally gone. They're thinking how they're so materialistic. They want things now. They have no respect. There's a generation and we're seeing it.
Yes.
We have to go after our youth now, the next generation, and try and give them, you see, national pride. I think we've lost that. And once we have that national pride, then they will not litter. Yeah. They will not be disrespectful. If that national pride, and I think that's what we need to get back to. Yes. And we've lost it. When we want to be cooking scalloped ibis and currying it by the side of the river, we have lost national pride. Yes. So it is up to people like me and all of us, because mummies, daddies, everybody have to get back involved in our children's life and raise proper citizens.
What I think so moving, the love that you have for children. You may not have given birth to a child, but you are a mother. Yeah. What does that mean to you, knowing that you're a mother of so many? And what would you say to someone else?
I'm the ambassador too for the Endometriosis Association.
Yes.
It's a very painful disease. I've lived with it my whole life. Painful menstrual cramps, and one of the side effects of the disease is not being able to have children.
Yes.
And many people ask me about that. Nikki, you love children. And people tell me, Trini, don't give up. Don't give up. God in charge. Keep praying. And I've prayed and prayed. And then one day it kind of hit me. Yeah. God is in charge. If I was supposed to have 3-4 children, I would have had 3-4 children. There's a reason I don't have kids. Maybe if I had 3-4 children, if I had my Yusuf, Michelle, I thought, oh my God, Michelle, great children. And you get up and you do your work and
Yeah.
I probably would not have done or being able to do all that I do and try to touch so many children. Yeah. If I had maybe 3 homes. So God is in charge. It is a responsibility. I've lived my life. I'm not perfect. I'm certainly not perfect. Whatever I have to do, I do behind closed doors, because I say mentoring is a lifestyle.
Yes.
Many entertainers get upset, but children watch us.
Yes.
And children learn from us.
So that's something that you're always mindful of.
Always mindful of. Yeah. Always is you have to live what you're preaching and what you're talking and what you're doing. So that's why Nikki Land is so important for me in the middle of all this sexuality and all this carnival and the whining and the jamming and that they can just experience it. It's been 12 long, hard years. I've had of all people, Michelle, you know of these struggles.
Yes.
I've gone to governments over the time to see the potential of Nikki Land.
Right.
Then it gets political, meaning that when it's one political party sees the vision and says, okay, Nikki, let me give a little money to help you here.
Yes.
Bam, they're out. A next one coming. So you have to kind of sell the idea again. And, so I've had my struggles. I've had with sponsors too, but I have to keep doing it for the love of the kids.
Yeah. And, this is what I think is so beautiful for me. Auntie Nikki, you're a mommy to so many.
Aww.
And as you mentioned, you're a mommy to thousands. And if you probably had 3, like me, you wouldn't have had that expanded focus.
So God in charge.
Always. And what wisdom would you share with our ladies, especially this morning?
Ladies, oh my God, stand in your power. Stand in your power. We have a kind of power that many of us don't know, and many of us just never experience, because many women reach out to me too in terms of trying to get out of abusive relationships. I'm dealing with a friend of mine now. She gave the man everything. He promised her the world and just drop her. Just drop her.
Hot potato.
And she's humbled and crumbled, and it's so painful. And I have to keep reminding us of our power. We have a power, and sometimes we have to reach deep inside. And another thing, our kids always watching, Our kids always watching and learning. So if you taking licks and you're taking abuse from a man, your children watching.
Yes.
Whether it be a boy child or a girl child. If you're a girl, it's okay to get hit. It's okay to be disrespected because his mommy did it. And if it's a boy, it's okay to hit. It's okay to disrespect women, their properties. So I am begging Trinidad and Tobago, and especially those in charge of small ones, we have to change a mindset. We have to change the mindset of the next generation.
Yes.
We have to teach them love. We have to teach them respect. And you are the first line of communication there. You have to start from home.
Yes.
We have to plead to men to stop leaving children, women fighting, doing this single. It's hard.
Yes.
It's real hard for a woman to have single mother trying to bring up proper children, boys, and teach them. Boys need their fathers.
Yes.
Boys need their fathers. And sometimes I stress it's not even money. Many men stay away because they don't have the money. Sometimes they just need our presence, and they just need the fatherly love and a little buff now and again.
Yes.
But we need to do something to help Trinidad and Tobago. And women, we have the power to do it. We have so much power.
Stand in your power.
That's what I want to teach women. Stand in your power.
Holding on to that this morning, Wisdom Wednesday, and you are our wow woman of the week, Nikki Crosby. Thank you so much for joining us.
The boys next are laughing. They say I'm the woman of the century because I old, and they send me over here. But I just said no, it's woman of the week.
They were talking about Granny, Nikki. Granny.
Will you call me? I don't understand how you have an interview and you didn't call Granny. Good morning, Michelle, and good morning to the world.
So, actress, producer, comedian, radio TV personality, none other than Nikki Crosby.
Thanks for having me.
Such a pleasure. Love and light to you always.
And plenty love to our listeners. Have a great, safe carnival.
And hello, Nikki. You have chocolate courtesy Coco Bell.
Oh, yes.
Hello.
Thank you so much, Coco Bell.
And together with that, you also have a spa day courtesy Glorious Bodies, Glorious Minds.
Thank you. Thank you, Gloria.
3,000 children you're taking care of at Nikki Land.
Next
so,
week, Sunday.
You need a spa day.
Yes, it's at Coney Island, and it's next to the Diwali Nagar side. We have safe parking at the Diwali Nagar side, and this is going to be the best one ever. I'm so excited. All right, tickets come out on Friday. Keep checking the Facebook page, and we'll tell you where and when and how.
Ojo World, we'll keep you informed.
Ojo World. I remember, cool kids, go to Nikki Land.
107.7 Music for Life. Love and light to you, Nikki. Thank you for joining us here on 107.7.